Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be talking about something that all elite athletes, they actually know about it and actually kind of talk about it, but they don't really say in detail what they mean. And this is what they've done to improve by a lot. And you've probably heard a lot of athletes, usually basketballers though, say, I eat, I eat and sleep my sport. They eat and drink and sleep their sport, whatever they say. But it's usually I eat and I sleep my sport. Eat, sleep, play my sport, whatever. There's different variations, but what's important is they they eat and play it, something they do whilst they're awake, and they sleep it, something they do whilst they're asleep. And the only thing you can do at both times is visualization, and that is exactly what they did to improve. It wasn't the only thing they did to improve, but it's what they did to improve. And the reason why visualization is important is because it's getting your brain to better improve the movements that you are capable of doing. The way you visualize is like this. You look at yourself, you look at how you, for example, the sprinters, we look at how we sprint. Some of us use block starts. We look at how we come out the block starts. First, to be able to do this, we have to generate data for our brain to be able to play with. So we need data of our body from behind us, in front of us, and off to the side. And if you really want to go all out underneath you, though, that's unnecessary. Once you looked at that data, your brain looks at it. It's like, okay, it compares this to other videos or other data it's got from other people. So now you need data of other people, people that are slower than you, people that are at your level, people that are faster than you, people who are better block starts than you, worse and better than you. You need all of this different data. It needs a lot of it because all of it will get stored in your brain. You won't realize it's all there, but it's all there. So if you can, you can look at block starts from all the elite sprinters, from all these different directions I just mentioned, from people you don't know who are slower than you, people that are at your level that you don't know or know. It doesn't matter who. Look at their videos, analyze their videos if you really want to go all out. That's what I've done myself. So it is probably better if you do that too. Analyze it so you can see the differences. So your brain is actually able to visually look at them, so like consciously, like, okay, this is what I have that the people that worse than me don't have, and this is what I don't have that people that are better than me have. And then you just want to make what would look like the perfect version of, in this case, block start, that your body would be able to pull off. And you want to just think about that. And you want to go through every single step up to a certain point. Don't try and visualize for longer than about 10 seconds to actually doing the movement. Reason being is if you visualize for like longer than 10 seconds, it gets a bit hard for your brain to actually do this outside of a dream realm. I know this sounds really crazy, but outside of a dream, it gets really hard for your brain to think, then come up with this essentially fantasy for longer than 10 seconds. The reason being is your body is doing so many different things at the same time. When you're sleeping, all it really has to work on is repairing you. Once it's done that, you're in an optimal state to sleep. And what happens is every single day you sleep, there is an optimal window where sleep dreaming is like the only thing your brain really has to do. This is generally right before you wake up. And I think it happens again like a few hours after you've fallen asleep. So you only have 2 windows every single day. So that's when you really want to be dreaming about it for like a long extended period of time. The only problem is you won't know you're dreaming about this because most likely you're going to wake up forgetting any dreams you had, or you might remember a few of your sprint dreams, not all of them. Think about how many days have you woken up and you don't remember it. Not you don't even remember a single dream you had, you don't even think you dreamed. Many times, but every single time you sleep, you're dreaming. So while you're awake, think about the visualization, how it would look, if it was done perfectly. Think about some minor thing you want to be doing, something major you want to be doing, and all of them. Just think about them. Generally, just think about them as much as you can during the day. And generally the best way to do it is think about problems that you have that you want to be able to fix and overcome. That's the fastest way to be able to overcome them. Just be thinking about them a lot, because your brain is going to take that to the dream, into your dreams later on, or just going to be thinking about that whilst you're sleeping. So it's able to come up with ideas, because when you come up with ideas, it's not whilst you're awake, it's whilst you're sleeping. It's just that once you've slept, you'll remember them the next day or the days afterwards. So make sure you think about any problems you have throughout the day as many times as you can, so you're able to fix them later on. Other than that, now is how to get this dream to be sprinting or sprint related. You won't be able to get both of your dreams sprinting related most likely, but the more you think about sprinting, the higher the chances of this happening, though you won't know. But the only way to be able to do this is right before you go to sleep. I'd say for at least 30 minutes, You want to make sure the only thing on your mind is sprinting. Jesus, sorry about that. So kind of similar to how it would be if you try to meditate, you want to empty your mind. In this case, you don't want to empty your mind. You want to focus on one thing and one thing only. The more you want to improve in sprinting and the bigger by, usually the easier it is for this to happen, because the only thing on your head is improve, 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 improve. So this will happen anyway. But if you really want to be able to bring this into your dreams, you just need to focus on just that and that alone. Improving, 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 improving. Think about your block starts. Think about how you are at top speed. Think about transition phases. Thinking about ending your raises strong. Thinking about, I don't know what you're thinking about, but make sure it's sprint related, and essentially your body moving through a plane of motion in one. Usually, don't like. Why would you move in multiple directions? Just one direction forwards. Focus on that. Maybe there is a bit of a curve if you think about 200 or 400, but think about that and think about that alone. And just keep going again and again and again and again until you eventually fall asleep. And once you fall asleep, your brain's still going to be thinking about this, whether you realize it or not. So the chances of you having this as a dream have gone up. You having a sprint dream when you're not thinking about sprinting, quite low. Might happen anyway, but quite low. But now that you are thinking about sprinting, chances have gone up. I've had many more sprint dreams in the last, I wouldn't even say, hasn't been a year yet, but close to a year than I have the entire time I've ever been sprinting that I can remember. Not even the ones I can't remember. Generally, the ones I can remember, they're stupid. Like me breaking the 400-meter world record that was years ago. I did like 42 seconds something, maybe even 41, I don't remember. But the ones that I can remember now are more, they're quite similar to that still, to be honest. But at least I can remember like some form of sprint dream that I've had. So I'm like, okay, because I'm actually able to feel myself sprinting. So I'll be like, okay, is this what I need to be able to do whilst I'm awake so I can run faster? Maybe not run the time that I projected and I pulled off in my dream, but at least be able to run faster. And being able to just do that has allowed me to get faster, I believe, because my body's like, okay, so this is what I need to do. Okay, let's try and move in this stuff, and let's try and move like this when we actually go to training. So what happens is you'll be able to think of these ways to improve, and then there's a delay before you can get the training. So you're still thinking about how to execute these better, how to do them better, so you're able to get faster, obviously. Because you have so many hours and days of sleep to be able to do this, you can be able to improve a lot. Because the reason why visualization is so important is because your body is under the limits of your central nervous system, which means you're only able to perform at your peak, your optimal, whilst your central nervous system is fresh and at its most capable. But when it's not, performance is poor, and in fact, performing whilst your central nervous system isn't fresh is actually only hindering your performance, not benefiting it. But whilst you're asleep, you're at the most optimal ever. You could be peak, like well above your optimal state whilst you're awake, which means for 8 hours, if you was able to pull it off at 8 hours, you'd be able to just sprint train, and it'd actually be useful. And think about if you did this every single day for years, it would only make sense for you to be able to improve. So this is what the elite athletes have been doing to be able to improve at a much faster rate than their competitors, because they actually visualize themselves training whilst they're able to still be training at their optimal, because they're not affecting their physical body, they're affecting their brain, and their brain is what actually also helps your physical body to adapt and improve, and controls your neurological just controls your body neurologically. So being able to, because any physical input you give to your body is improved through neurologically, so you can improve your coordination. But if you only ever focus on neurological improvements in coordination whilst you're visualizing, imagine what would happen when you go back to using your physical body. The neurological connections neurological connection would be better, the adaptations in your body would be better, and your coordination would obviously improve. How much by is up to debate, and how quickly this would happen varies. But if you're going to be sleeping anyway, and you're going to be dreaming anyway, you might as well use these dreams to help benefit you. What's the point in having some dumb dream about like a pencil, for example, when that's not going to help you at all? When you can have a dream about sprinting that would help you get faster. I know I would pick sprinting every single day, which is why I have been picking sprinting every single day, as many days as I possibly can. So visualize whilst you're awake, visualize whilst you're asleep, so you can actually improve by a lot passively without even having to sprint and even having to touch the track. So when you do touch the track, you're a lot faster than how you were before. If you like my video, like the video, let me know in the comments section below. Check the description, because anything I forget to say in the video, I always put in the description. And if you like my content, subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot. I post every 2 days at 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. If you don't know when that is, just hit the bell and then you'll be notified instantly.